Hello everyone, welcome back to Podcast on Wheelz, episode number 73. As we said on today's episode, please sit back and enjoy the show. So, we are back. We are finally back. We had to miss a week due to the fact that we were very busy and had several videos to publish. If you haven't looked on our channel recently, we have had so much videos, so much editing, like over 15 hours in 1 week, which was for me. And that is insane. I hardly ever do that, so we were extremely busy, so we do apologize about our small hiatus.
And we also were sick. We just now, both of us fully recovered from the sickness. It took both of us 2 weeks
oh my God.
to recover from a head cold, so we were out of commission for a while.
I know, but
Doc was sick for like 15 days. I was sick for 15 or 14 days as well. So we were both under the weather for a really long time.
Yeah, and even doing that podcast, I was a few days in.
Yeah.
I still had like 10 days left.
I know. I was like right at the beginning, like a day in, I think, or like 12 hours in. So, not that long ago, but that was only 13 days ago, and I had the sickness before it. So, yeah. Not good.
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah, it was bumming, and, being sick for 2 weeks on top of the busyness absolutely did not help.
No.
So we figured to do a podcast while we were back to normal and good and no longer sick. Our lungs are doing all right and doing way better.
Yes.
But the first topic we're just diving right in is Donny sleepwalking. We were having a big, long conversation about this last night.
Yes.
Out of nowhere, I don't really know what sprung it on.
I'll give you backstory. So, I never really had sleepwalking issues as a kid. I always had, like, sleep talking, where I would say and mumble random stuff, but it only progressed that far when I was a kid. And there was this one incident, I don't know if you remember from an episode 2 years ago, I said that I had some sort of sleep paralysis or sleepwalking episode at 7 years old, where I woke up in the middle of the night. I could kind of remember it, but I don't remember all of the details, and I saw this little face-like figure in the corner right near my shelf, and I was scared and I couldn't sleep that night, and then it went away within a couple minutes, and I remember after that I was being able to move correctly again. I don't know what that was. I can't deter it from sleepwalking or sleep paralysis, but that was the only moment, and then I started having more major episodes, I think at 15 or 14 years old. So like 4 or 5 years ago, I think. But I started having these quite serious episodes where it wouldn't just be walking, because I was able-bodied enough to walk when these episodes had happened. And the first one that we remember correctly was in 2021 when we were doing a stay-up challenge. And this one I know was caused by sleep deprivation.
We stayed up for like 3 to 4 days.
We had a horrible sleep schedule, but we were like 14, I think, at the time. It was like 2021. We were probably even 13. And we were, doing a stay-up challenge, and I stayed up for almost 4 days. Stayed up for 3 days and a half. Very, very bad. Do not do that. It's not advised.
Not good for your health.
No, absolutely not. And I didn't have any hallucinations or anything. I just fell in and out of it, and we were dancing, and I had passed out completely. My body had knocked out, completely unconscious, and I could not be waking.
After he was literally moving,
I was like
dancing.
I was sitting up and dancing.
He was doing everything.
Yeah, I was sitting up and dancing, and then all of a sudden I blacked out, and I couldn't be awoken, and I slept for 17 hours straight. And during that, Doc had seen me with her eyes.
I was awake still. I didn't fall asleep.
And she had seen me get up, stand up, rock to the bed, and plummet and fall forward on the bed, and just fall. And then and that episode lasted a couple minutes or something of total movement and weird mumbling and walking and standing up and going on the bed my own self. And I woke up 17 hours later and was like, wait, why am I on the bed? I was on the floor. I was on the floor dancing. Doc, what happened? I'm on the bed. What happened? Doc couldn't carry me. She was a quadriplegic, and I
think I was still in my coma.
No, this happened before your coma. I think it happened in 2020, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
By quadriplegic, I got confused, and then he's talking about my old one.
Yeah.
Oh!
So she was a quadriplegic. She couldn't lift me. I was a paraplegic, and I had my stilts and braces on, and I could walk like that. Very clumsy, though. But yeah, I walked very clumsily to the bed and then plummeted, and that episode lasted a couple minutes, and then I was like, oh, okay, just chalk it up to weird sleep. And I didn't really have an episode after that, but the episodes primarily started in 2023, the more severe ones. We had filmed this in January of 2024, which was last year. In 2023, I would either sit up or I would do random hand movements or something. With the strength I had left, I would do weird shit.
Like your body would do it. Like you can't do it, but your body would.
My body would move on its own. What the fuck?
And he can't.
I can't move.
He can't do those actions.
No, not
at
really.
all. And he hasn't been able to do those actions for years.
Like 3 or 2 years now.
Seeing him sit up in the middle of the night is actually fucking terrifying.
Yeah, terrifying. I can't. Is that a phenomenon, or like does anybody else body do that? Is that just mine? Okay. Anyway, the scariest moment, sleepwalking moment, was
whatever bullshit
happened in January of 2024. I was just recovering from 2 to 3 week long sickness of another head cold. Creepy. And I got this in the week of January, the first week of January, which seems to be where all the creepy stuff happens, and it even happened this year. Not the episode, just other terrifying and unfortunate stuff. But no, I had this episode in 2024, January, and it was where I was sleeping in the middle of the night, and Doc starts to hear me suffocating. It sounded like I couldn't breathe and I was gasping for air. So she wakes up very terrified to hear me like halfway breathing, halfway not, gasping and pausing for breaths. And she was like, oh my god, like, Donny, are you okay? And Matthew,
I was genuinely terrified.
Yeah, Matthew puts his hands on my shoulders and tries to
slightly shake
him, like not hard, but like
shake you.
It's not enough to normally wake me up. Normally, I wasn't waking.
Sometimes Matthew just has to tap Donny's like shoulder, and he's awake.
And my alarm wakes me up like during. I'm a very light sleeper. When I'm in deep sleep, apparently during those episodes, I do not wake up. Very hard to wake up a sleepwalker, and he was like, Donny, like, are you okay?
Like, Donny, wake
please
up!
Say something.
Donny!
I was dead. My eyes were like glassy-eyed look. And
can I say my perspective?
Yeah, in a moment. But no, my eyes had this glassy look. My eyes and jaw were wide open. Terrifying as fuck, I can't even imagine. And I was not awaking. I was actually stiff and limp at the same time. I felt really warm to the touch, and I just looked like I was dying. And that was terrifying. Doc will now explain to her perspective, but that was like my worst attack.
Yeah, so I want to say it was like early morning or something like that. I don't know what exact time it was, but it was early morning.
Yeah.
Like it was still dark out, but like slightly getting lighter.
Like
the sun was coming up. And I'm lying in bed with my husband, sleeping, and all I hear...
Very creepy.
And I hear that, like, the minute I open my eyes, I'm like, Donny, like, what are you doing?
Are you okay? Like, what the hell?
Matthew, he keeps me in bed because, I can't do anything. So he keeps me in bed, and he gets up to look at Donny, and all he sees is his eyes wide open, big purple bags, glassy eyes, and his jaw wide open.
Yes, very terrifying.
And then, like, 2 to 3 minutes pass of that. And then he starts
gasping faster.
And this was like after the moment we were like, Donny,
wake up!
Wake up!
What are you doing?
Donny, are you okay? Donny, wake up! We were screaming that loud, and he didn't wake up.
Now, I'm normally easy to awake. I could be like sleeping, dead sleep, and she rustles in bed, and I'm awake.
Yeah.
That's it. That's all it takes.
No, Matthew rustled, or position changes me. But we were literally screaming his name, and he was not moving, he was not doing anything, and like Matthew gets in front of his face,
Yeah.
All I hear is that, what the fuck? And we kind of...
Excuse me.
And Matthew was literally shaking his shoulders, because we were panicked at this moment. We were like, oh my God, like, is Donny actively dying?
I know.
And then he finally...
and I coughed.
No, you... and dead silence for, 4 minutes.
Like, oh, hell no.
And he...
and I coughed and I go back to sleep.
And then Sydney turns him over like nothing happened, and they sleep. What the fuck? Yeah. I was literally 2 minutes away from telling our parents and saying, Donny is dying.
Like, oh my God, bring him to the hospital. What is happening?
Yeah. Oh my God.
That was very terrifying. I would not recommend.
Nothing like that has happened.
No.
But a few nights ago, he was just, his body randomly sat up, him in bed, and his arms started flinging. Oh my God, like... Is there something red on your plate? What?
Yeah. I went up. Like, my body itself, I'm not moving at all. I'm in, deep REM sleep. Your body during sleepwalking, during that REM sleep stage, you're not consciously awake. You're, dead asleep. You have no memory of this. If not even just partial memory at best. You do not remember anything. And your body can move voluntarily on its own. That's terrifying. I do not know. Not recommended. And that was terrifying. That was one of my worst attacks ever. And my other attacks or episodes are very minor compared to that one. I sit up on my own. I mumble and talk. And I was probably even heard screaming. Shouting at one point, a while ago.
I don't remember that.
I don't remember. I hear some details from other people. Oh yeah, you shout, you mumble like hell, you are saying inconsistent words.
It's really loud for one.
I know. You're saying inconsistent words. I'm moving erratically. I gripped Doc's arm that night and I pulled it and yanked it on my chest. And
it was my aunt, replanted arm shit too. It was like,
I was like, oh my God, I can't even move my arm. And yet my body woke up on its own.
Grabbed my arm
somehow.
And flung it towards him.
And my body does this while I'm asleep. So I have no visions that I moved. Damn.
I flew him up in there.
No, I have no visions of my body moving. I cannot move a muscle from my neck down. And I can't even move my neck because...
I can move my thumb if that counts.
I have no movement, but my body makes up movement with the very weak limbs I have. Let me move. I'm like, what? Can that even happen? I don't even know.
I don't know.
But no, I'd be sitting up. I tug on people's arms. I shift. I'm like, ugh. It's so creepy. It's like being possessed without knowing it almost every night.
No, I would say it only happens once or twice a week.
It happens once, twice, maybe even 3 times a week. And Doc, I had an episode 2 or 3 nights ago, where I sat up, tugged Doc's arm, touched her blankie, and then tugged her arm on my chest and then let go.
No, that wasn't. No, that arm one wasn't that night.
Oh.
I just can't remember when it was, but I remember it.
Yeah, Doc doesn't remember when my episodes were, but she experiences this in bed every 2 to 3 nights, where I'm having another episode of minor, or even moderate sleepwalking. Very terrifying, and it's kind of creepy. And that was my worst attack ever in life. And
terrifying one.
I experience these episodes weekly, so and more than once a week, once or twice a week, or even 3 times a week. If it's a bad week, I will experience them. So I experienced probably hundreds of these episodes without knowing it. I don't remember a single one. I can't remember when they started happening weekly, but I know that they were on and off until 2024 or 2023, and that's when I started having them a lot more frequently. And even then I had mumbling and shit every night or every week since 2021 or 2020 at least.
Yeah.
That's when all the weird shit started happening. So a lot of my issues started happening in 2020 or 2021, and I've been having these weekly for 4 or 5 years. I never got it checked out. It hasn't progressed enough to really be let me get this checked out. But a very creepy phenomenon, and I feel like it is getting worse. in some way.
We talk about this for a while.
But I'm not harmed by it. I don't think I have disrupted other people's sleep. I've made almost Doc go into a panic attack because of these episodes. So sorry, Doc.
So fun.
And
it was such a fun experience.
I don't think I've ever injured myself I can't say that.
Particularly?
Yeah, that's a hard-ass word to say. But no, I don't...
Or you could have said, like, I don't think I have hurt myself in particular.
Yeah.
I think.
But
I've never witnessed him hurt himself.
No, I never really wake up with bruises or anything.
No.
It's just basically, like, I never injure myself. I don't think I injured others. I've never went out the room. I was close, though, that one night.
Exactly.
Where I was, like, right near the fucking door. My hand was on it. And remember that?
And Donny and Stuffy also witnessed it. Donny...
Our friends.
And his husband.
Stuffy also experiences these sleepwalking shit like me.
And they were staying up for 4 days, and, Stuffy got up after sleeping on his floor. He's like, hey, Stuffy, like, how are you?
Same as me. We both got up at the same time.
All he heard back.
Hey.
No, nothing.
Dead silence.
And then he walked. I was like, wait, where are you going? Like, he was like, wait, where are you going, Stuffy? And he flunked to the bed, and when he tried to wake up Stuffy, like, he shook his shoulder and he didn't move.
Yeah,
you just walked.
I thought you did. And then I think a couple hours...
so confused.
Yeah, and then I think a couple hours later I had another episode that night. I don't know how that's even possible. But I woke up and I got out of bed. I walked around the room, I think, and I went near the door and my hand was on the fucking doorknob. I almost escaped from the room. Like, I could have very well gotten out and done something, like, went to the bathroom.
Exactly.
Or make myself breakfast. I'm like, what the hell? I almost walked out of this room. Like, I almost walked out the door and, like, done something. I don't even know what I would have done. That would be so terrifying for the other family members just to see me roaming around. What the fuck?
I can't imagine me, because I'm in the bed with you. Like, we sleep together.
She witnesses most of my issues.
And he's just like, he sits up randomly.
I sit up, I mumble, I talk, I hit, I grab. I'm like, that's not good.
It's not great.
And I become extremely confused if woken up. What the fuck is happening?
You become so damn confused. You're like, what?
I'm like halfway out of it, halfway not.
When you're awake, I hope.
I have no memory.
I wake you up from it.
Disorientated, yeah.
Red. What? What?
Doc sleep talks, but I don't think...
I sleep talk, but I don't do anything else.
She doesn't do anything else.
I stay still as a...
For me, I literally almost escaped the room. What the fuck?
Sydney, like, will do something.
And my wife also has these.
But they'll carry him and...
Just fucking
walk around the room if they so please.
And like, bro, Cindy and I almost escaped out of the damn room.
And like,
it's so creepy to think of that might happen again. Any bad night.
I know, and like, it's so scary.
And you might not be awake.
I know, like.
We better hope Mom's awake.
Yeah, that's so scary to know that of the fact that he could literally just climb over me and walk out the room. I'm not that hard to climb over.
Yeah, Cindy could very well pick me up without noticing, and I'm like dead asleep too, or I'm just asleep, and I'm like, Cindy, what the fuck you doing? But no,
she could do something.
Or I'm like halfway drugged out. I'm like, I'm walking. No, that's your wife carrying you. What the fuck's wrong with you?
She hasn't They haven't showed any injurious behaviors or anything.
No.
And they hadn't even shown really signs of getting up and actively walking. They just kind of.
What do you mean? I had multitude of moments where I just walk around the fucking room.
2?
No, more than 2, because we already counted 2 or 3 times.
No, I haven't seen any more.
Including the trash baggy one. Oh,
yeah, that
so,
one.
like, 4 or 5 times I've been noted of almost getting out the room. I'm like, that too much on my radar. I don't want to do that now.
Yeah.
God forbid if someone forgets to lock the door.
Oh, no.
Sleepwalking is so scary. It's like I'm being possessed with something I don't know.
Like, you can't control.
I can't control and I'm, like, not conscious. That's creepy.
He seems to have...
Anyway, we're going to stop talking about this topic now because it's almost been 20 minutes. I'm so sorry.
Because, like, every single time that, Donny goes to sleep in the, at night and then wakes up. He seems like he's had a well-rested sleep.
I'm okay. Definitely felt tired after that big episode. I was like, what's happening?
But the next topic is our mental health.
Fun.
Want to explain?
Yes. 2025 has been a crappy year for us all.
Yeah.
It's been really difficult on my mental health recently, especially recently where I had time to grieve and think about all the things and not be in subtle shock for weeks. Basically, I've been having panic attacks almost and mental breakdowns and just intense fear. Very weird. Since July, every single month, almost 4 consecutive months in a row, I've been having mental breakdowns. And I almost, what the fuck? I almost even had a panic attack. And I don't have these very often. I had over 40 or 50 of them ever since anxiety crept in. When I was 11 or 8 years old. But I'm very good at controlling them now because I just became either numb or I've just been having so much experience with them I can try to tame them.
Yeah.
But there was this one night where I was just strolling around in the room while Doc was in the bathroom and I felt this heavy weight on my chest and I just I felt like I was going to panic for no reason. Very scary. Not very scary. It was
just very weird.
Very weird, and I calmed down, and I was like, I don't even know why I almost had a panic attack. But
for strolling.
Yeah, which is annoying. But I've just been having, recent health scares all year long, where I should have went to the ER 3 or 2 times, but I'm stubborn. My health has just been getting terrible this year. Left and right shit.
Even me.
Yeah, and it just put a wear and tear on my mental health. And I just have mental breakdowns and panic attacks and intense fear, anxiety all the time, constantly worrying. It's basically my mental health recap. Not very good.
Mine hasn't, my mental health hasn't been the best, but it hasn't also been the worst. It's my physical health that somehow keeps attacking.
Same.
I've had a ritual before every infusion. Every single one, the past 5, I felt nauseous extremely before every single one of them. And it's highly annoying. I've choked 3 to 4 times. Choked to the point I gagged, which saved me from actually needing a Heimlich, possibly. So that was so fun. So every month I have a new nauseous feeling or medical thing because back then on the channel I had explained I have a weird nausea about maybe once or twice a year. I've had it 5 and it's September.
So you got 3 or 4 more months.
Every single month without fail since May I felt nauseous.
Oof.
Without fail. And I don't know if that's my stupid damn infusion, because it happened on May 25th, the day before my infusion. I felt extremely nauseous and about threw up, and then in June I got nauseous again, and in July I got nauseous again. So basically every single month I've either had a choking or nausea episode or a horrible overheating episode. So my physical health has not liked me in that aspect, and I kind of hate it. Because it is annoying, because dealing with almost 3 years of the nausea in 5 months is annoying.
Mm-hmm.
Because every year I would only have 1 or 2.
Yeah, I had multiple episodes of that this year, which sucks. Not fun. No.
So, that has been mine. I mean, we've had a few mental breakdowns this year. I think those have been worse than anything. I haven't had a panic attack, which I'm grateful for, or any other thing, but it's been mental breakdowns for majority Luce and my wife. Not really for me. I think I had one in September, but those details we won't pose because that's personal information we don't want to share.
About me. We were talking about
it was about Donny, but I won't share those. Because
details,
that's his
very
personal
sad conversation.
Yeah, it's a very sad and personal conversation. So I would never share that with y'all unless if Donny feels comfortable enough for writing a post. But other than that, no, not without his permission.
Yep.
But now the next one after the mental health, William's new wheelchair adjustments.
Yes, as you can tell, ever since July, my husband has been having wheelchair adjustments, aka like little buttons, so he can press with when he could move his wrist up and down, tenodesis, to move his chair because he's getting extremely weak due to ALS, because ALS is paralyzing him fast from the neck down.
Fun.
Yeah, not fun.
Just kidding.
But in July, he got new buttons. Because of his arm movements, he couldn't really move his arms anymore, and he could only move his wrists. And then in August, he got this new feeding tube, just something on his body, a peg, a permanent feeding tube to assist with eating because his eating is very, very low and very, very weak. And then in September, he got his sip and puff, which is also a mechanism I use to move my chair. You can suck and puff, so that way you can move your chair sideways, back, forward, tilt, do speeding up feature, like you can do all sorts of things with this sip and puff. And he got it in September, and he's just getting new like mechanisms, like a new muckle.
I thought you said mukbang. I thought you were about to say mukbang.
But no, he can move, or he could be better held in with his new buckle, and his zip and puff just allows him to drive his chair so much easier to rest his arms, because now he cannot use tenodesis anymore, and he can only twitch his wrist, and he has like 1.5% arm strength, and his head is 1, I think, or 2, and right now, and by October 9th, his head will be 1, and his arms will be 1, so his whole body will be 2%. Very, very weak when I was like a year and a couple months ago. Very, very bad, but he's getting the adjustments and work that he needs to be fulfilled and move and just get a lot more around independently like me, because Sydney has to do 100% of our care. We can't really do anything independently besides our own weight shifts, and even Sydney has to help with that in case if I tip too far back or
fall out of a chair.
Yeah, that happened. You'll see that in this weekly vlog. And I also need a juice box to help stabilize my chair, basically a leverage so I don't have to keep holding that tilt position. And yeah, it's basically the sip and puff that just helps him move around and get more comfortable, do his own independent weight shifts, do things more independently like I do with my sip and puff. So, yeah, it's basically his new wheelchair adjustments.
I haven't had much wheelchair adjustments. All I've had is a button to help me navigate my talker board, and yeah, that's really it.
I thought you said talker board.
No, talker more.
Oh, I heard talker board.
No. And this is so randomly. How lucky is the new set? If you are unaware, Pokemon TCG Pocket is an app that lets you open digital packs online. It came out in October 31st or 30th to be exact. And
of last year?
Yes, it's close to hitting its 1 year anniversary, and a month before their 1 year anniversary, they decided to release a new set called Deluxe Pack EX, which is basically a pack that has 4 cards inside and a guaranteed 4 diamond card or higher, which a 4 diamond card is an EX and higher, obviously. 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, and immersive art. 3 stars immersive art and a crown. So that was the hopes of the new set, but they done it in a weird way that whatever EX you get does not actually register in your old card decks, and you therefore cannot complete the set.
I know.
The whole reason why we wanted this set
was to complete
sets for people who came into the game, or for people like us that have been playing since the release and are still missing a few EXs. And I had thought, oh wait, so if you pull it from the pack, you're gonna get it and you're gonna complete the set.
No.
Nope, you get it in that card decks.
Yeah, and there was this one point where I needed 1 EX to complete Shiny Reveille. And I had gotten it from the Deluxe EX packs. It said, oh yeah, you have one card, but it still showed the slot missing. And I never completed Shiny Reveille. That was fucking triggering. Because I'm like,
exactly.
What? And
that's the only EX I only needed.
I know. And
I hope I have EX. What EX do you need?
You know, Gortina? Or whatever it was.
Oh, Barbaro?
Gortina.
I know, but I swear to God you had mentioned Barbaro a while ago.
I don't know. But you just said that out of nowhere right after I said Gortina. I was like, Gortina, Barbaro? Like, what?
No, Gortina. I'm just kidding. No.
I really thought that.
Please know I heard Gortina. I didn't hear Barbaro. I would be worried. But the new pack was supposed to be a set that would allow players to get new cards or EXs that they needed. But what's really triggering in my aspect is the fact that it does not register into the card decks. My daughter needed Moltres for Genetic Apex. Got it, but it didn't register. It says she has one of them, but they don't register and you cannot complete the set. So what is the whole point of completing the set? Nothing.
Nothing at all.
So
I'm very happy. There is a perk. I run this YouTube channel called Pokemon. Y'all can sub if y'all want. It's basically just a hobby that me and my husband do.
Side hobby.
Yep. Where we just open booster packs every single day. We do these little day challenges. But the EXs, I do all my hits on the thumbnail. And normally when I get an EX or higher, the views go up. And I've like doubled my channel subscribers since the set came out, which is awesome. Because now I have 15 subscribers. And that's amazing. But just having an EX on every thumbnail for 30 days straight, that's not my, like, in terms of hacking or trying to be like, ooh, I want to get extra view. No, it's just what I open from the packs. And whether I get something or not, I put it as a thumbnail. But basically, that has got me quite a bit of views, and I got 15 subscribers. And last week, I was 7 subscribers, so very, very happy that I'm finally growing. I've been running the channel for almost 4 months. So.
And I have a channel that I'm running. We kind of did the same thing.
Yep.
Just day challenges, but, like, you know, they run a little bit differently.
Hers is more advanced.
More edited. But my biggest long-form video, which was 6 minutes, 25 seconds, is like, Legendary Pikachu chase and opening. It got 133 views.
Oh my God.
And I have to tell y'all, because my best long-form video views was 52 from Eevee Grove 3 months ago. To go from 52 to see 133.
Oh my God.
Not only did it double Eevee Grove, but it's almost 100 views past.
I know, my God.
And that is absolutely insane. And my most viral short is 1.8 thousand views. It hasn't sadly increased. I want a video to hit 1.9 or even 2,000.
Yep.
I don't think that's gonna happen. That was the reality and start of my channel, and that's perfectly fine. But I've had videos come extremely close to that, like 1.4 thousand, and like all these good views. So I'm happy of it. But the long form video is what shocked me the most. Like it's only been out for 2 days and got 133, which is insane. I don't know if it hit the algorithm correctly or people enjoyed the editing, because I put a lot more work into this video than I had done the other ones. Like the other ones are fine to watch and they're pretty good edited, but this one, I don't know. I just spent so long editing it.
Yep.
And apparently, in the newest short I
was worth it.
On the short, you know, on the new set and getting the Mew, got 221, which isn't bad for the first day series. You know, my channel has been going through a few dips.
Yep.
That's okay. And I have 46 subscribers.
Let's go. A lot more than me, but I'm very happy because I doubled my fucking channel. Let's go. I'm like 4 subscribers away from 50. Yeah.
Oh my God, that's so insane. But, back to the set, talking about it still, we essentially just opened the set. We used 20 packs of the almost 40 that we could open, because like, you know what, let's just save up for the mega set, and so far that is doing well. I can almost open 30 packs already, and it just came out 2 days ago. So I'm extremely proud of that and happy about that. And during the 20 packs, I had gotten only 4 1-stars. If this is a set that's supposed to be lucky, why isn't it giving me luck? Like, that was the saddest opening on earth.
I know, I only got 4 and 3 of the same 1-stars. Trust me, I normally get way better than that.
But the good day, the good thing after was I got the Pikachu immersive the day after. I just started my video legendary Pikachu chase. I'm going to be hunting this Pikachu immersive. Not even the first day challenge can get out, and I get it. That was so unexpected. I was so happy. I was like,
I have not gotten it yet.
It's such a pretty art. It's so gorgeous.
I know. I have not gotten it yet, and I'm stuck with the same full art that was there like 3 days ago. So
I do love it though. It's really gorgeous.
Very
I want
pretty.
the Mew.
Very, very pretty.
So now to steer off completely. Basically, the set wasn't in our high hopes, but then it became high hopes because I got the immersive, and I'm happy that I get to at least walk away with a good card from a yearly celebration set. So that's good.
Thank God.
And at first I didn't think I would. So now.
Excuse my wife stretching and cracking her back.
Now, what is therapy?
Sorry,
like?
y'all.
It's not mental therapy. It is physical. Because we have spinal cord injuries and a bunch of other disorders, we require physical therapy.
Yes.
And physical therapy...
Not enough that we do.
Nope. Physical therapy is, for me, stretching and doing walking practice. Like, someone holds
aids me the entire time.
Someone holds my hips, someone holds my back, and someone moves my legs and tilt me in a specific way where my leg can spasm and tilt forward.
Yep.
And that has been phenomenal. Like, I walked 4 feet in 1 minute.
Let's go.
And that is insane because I did not think I could do that. But I have long legs, so I think the long stride does help. Not Donny.
I'm short. You and I are but for me, basically, my therapy session, I thankfully now have my prosthetics. I think I got them in June or May. I don't actually remember. But the prosthetics have been helping a lot. As if you guys do not know, I got my legs amputated April of last year, so over a year and a half ago almost. And I finally was able to get my prosthetic over a year out, I think, or almost a full year in my amputee journey. So, a very long time without them. So before the prosthetics, I was just stretching and moving my arms.
And because his nubs can't really latch.
No, I'm above the knee amputee.
Yeah.
I only have sort of half my knee, and the other parts of the ligaments in the knee do not work.
It's a little confusing.
It's confusing. I'm like half above, half non-above. I don't know. I just say I'm above the knee amputee. It's the closest actual term.
Or
I do not have
a BLK.
What's that?
Below knee.
Okay.
BKA.
So just
I think.
Yeah, but basically for me, I wouldn't say I'm a below the knee amputee because I don't have the other parts of my knee that are proper enough to move or hinge my leg. So basically, I'm stiff. I have to either use my core and hips to move the prosthetics like a robot, like walking. So my wife has to completely help with that, and I don't mind because I can never really walk anyway, except with specialized, very, very specialized, full robotic equipment. But basically, I use these prosthetics now that have my own little cuff around it to go over my little knee, and then it has the calf and the shin and the ankle and the foot. I'm missing all of that, and the other half of my knee, so it comes equipped with all the body parts that I'm missing. That sounded creepy.
All the body parts.
Yeah, and I basically walk with them by shifting my hips, but my wife does that for me because I do not move anything from my neck down, as I just stated. But I was walking, and I walked 4 feet in 1 minute and 4 seconds with the little...
And he's a lot shorter than me, so that's pretty impressive.
Yes, I was walking very fast, and my prosthetics help immensely
he has
with that.
long legs for his height.
Yeah, I do. Because
so do I.
I had a spinal fusion,
legs,
so my core is a lot shorter.
Yeah.
But I walked 4 feet in a total in that session. I think I walked about 6 feet total. I was able to stand for a couple minutes. I did get really, really faint, and I had to sit down because I almost blacked out. Really, really
I shockingly didn't.
But I recovered just enough in time not to do that. But really, really faint at one point, but I recovered very well from it. Felt like breathless and weird for the rest of the session, but I did really good. I done stretching. They stretched my arms. They stretched my little nubbies. They stretched my hips. they maybe got to lift my core up. I was walking like I told I was 6 feet, standing for a couple minutes.
Yeah, we did good.
I was having full-blown body spasms. Yeah, I have very intense spasms from the neck down if I'm doing like physical movement. If I'm just sitting down like you see me right now, I don't really have much spasms. Like sometimes my shoulder spasms, sometimes my finger spasms, sometimes my core spasms. Like
that killed me. I don't know.
Sometimes my neck spasms. And I was like, but no.
What would I even look like? You tweaking?
Basically, pretty much my body spasms from like the upper tune down, or from my injury down. And I have very intense spasms when moving and getting my body active again. So I was having very bad spasms, and I had to work through those. Thankfully, those spasms helped me get blood flow back to my head before I fainted and died. But no, I'm doing very well. And that therapy session went amazing, and that was like a couple days ago. Mm-hmm. What's the next topic?
The next topic was doubling people's injuries, and this one mainly refers to me. I do apologize for all the random ass tangents we keep having.
No.
Here's therapy, here's our mental health, here's
my sleepwalking. He might become possessed tonight, but hey, we're going to move on to anxiety now.
I don't know why.
That might have caused my sleepwalking.
But we decided just to come up with random topics and, tell you things. Others that some people might not know, but what I mean by doubling people's injuries, I mean by paraplegic and quadriplegic.
Yes.
Specifically, my people in my crew.
Yeah.
We work with what we call a crew. Those are specific people that we work with. And
our friends and
they're
stuff.
Friends, and we've been knowing for over 7 years.
Long time. Probably even 8.
Yeah, probably. A lot of my crew members.
Colleagues
and friends and things. They're things. A lot of them are paralyzed because they have a spinal cord injury. There are specifically 6 or 5 people who are paralyzed. And we're going technically I think 6 or 7 people are paralyzed, actually.
Damn.
I think. The first one, we're not going in any particular order, but we are saying. So
I'm just kind of comparing.
Yeah, I was the first one injured. I am a C3, C4, C5, C8, T1, T10 quadriplegic. Damn. C3 is incomplete, C4 is complete, C5 is complete, C8 is incomplete, T10 is incomplete. I got primarily my injury due to falling down the stairs and from F&D.
Oof.
And ALS, paralyzing my legs even further than what they were. So, and then the second person paralyzed, I want to say the second, I'm not talking about like I am, but it's confusing. So my brother, I think, comes first, but technically comes second. My brother was paralyzed due to having spina bifida when he was born and the umbilical cord being wrapped around his nerves at his back and neck. That caused him to be locked in, not necessarily due to paralysis. Mm-mm. Not at the neck, but he needed a ventilator because he couldn't breathe correctly because he was premature. So he stayed locked in and he had a ventilator, but his paraplegic injury mainly came from the damage due to spina bifida and due to the fact that he had the umbilical cord and he has lordosis, so a lot of things factored in, and he got paralyzed at the L4 and L5. Those are both complete, and he cannot move or feel anything from the knee down. I cannot feel or move technically anything, not a limb at least, from the neck down. And then the third person was Donny, Big Donny, as his nickname, but he's just Donny. We often called him Big Donny because he was tall, and I think that's a nick.
I'm little Donny.
Now that we go back, I'm like, that's weird.
Big Donny.
Why do we call him Big Donny? No, but we meant that was
no offense, Donny.
That was his nickname, but his name is Donny. I just wanted y'all to that is not my brother. That is another friend of mine. Another friend.
He's in the background.
So Donny got paralyzed from walking in a hospital corridor and falling and hitting his neck perfectly on a metal cart and causing him to completely damage his C1 and C2,
Must have been
necessitating a ventilation device, which is a diaphragmatic pacemaker, constantly. He's been having it for over a year, I think.
Almost 2.
So, he was injured at C1, C2 complete, and he can't move a single thing below the neck. The next one is Luce. She was a paraplegic caused by a bad car accident. She got, at first, T11 and T12 complete, and then more arose from spinal stenosis, eventually leading her to be a quadriplegic. But back then, as a para, she couldn't move or feel anything below the belly button. The fifth person is Lammy. I think Lammy was supposed to be come before Luz, but oh well. Lammy.
Who I know?
Lammy is a T5, T6 paraplegic. We don't actually know what caused her injury. They want to say that the wear and tear on the vertebrae from having osteoporosis from sitting down a lot in a wheelchair when her legs were tired. I think there was just underlying causes, ones that she that didn't tell us, and I understand that's her personal life. But she's been a T6, T5 paraplegic, and she really can't move anything or feel anything from like the chest or nipples down.
Yeah.
Midline, I think. And yeah, she's been a paraplegic for 3 years. Then the sixth person is Chili. He was injured recently, a year ago, due to a spinal stroke that caused him to become a C7 and C6 complete quadriplegic. So yeah, that was most of our injuries. I think we have 6 people. The longest one is me, and the reason why I say I double, because a lot of the quadriplegics, the longest quadriplegic besides me, is Big Donny, or Donny. His injury is 24 months in October, and mine is close in the 70s, I think. I've been a quadriplegic for 6 years and 4 to 3 months.
Jesus.
Donny has been a quadriplegic for 23 months, or almost 2 years. So I have like 4 years ahead of him. Him tripled is still not me. And then my brother has paraplegic injury, but I also had a paraplegic injury before him. I got my paraplegic injury June 2017, while my brother got his February of 2018. So his injury was a lot less than mine and had a varying degree of what mine had. I became shortly paralyzed from the waist down after barely being paralyzed for 2 years. Or dealing with paralysis symptoms for 2 years, that is. So, technically, I'm 7 months bigger than the technically longest person who has had an injury. So, out of my crew, the first longest paraplegic injury besides me is I think close to 8 years in February of next year, but technically 7 years. Then Lammy's is 3, and then Luce's is 2. But then I come in and I'm like 8 years already, and in June 2026 I will be, I think, 9 years in. So almost be a decade in.
God.
And we kind of did this like whole thing because we were like, oh my gosh, like there's no way. Like I'm hitting a decade way faster than everyone else, because in my quadriplegic, not the one that you see now, but like I had ALS and it made my hands like kind of claw-like shape, and I became defined as a quad. Actually, because I had C8 and T10 affecting my nerves, making me a quadriplegic. That injury was in June 2019, and in 2029 June, I will hit a decade into my quadriplegic injury.
Dang.
And then the new one will become 8 years old by the time that year hits. The newest one.
Dang.
This one.
Jesus.
That's insane. And in 2031, my newest quadriplegic will hit a decade. And then in 2027, my paraplegic will hit a decade, while the second longest people, Lammy's, will hit a decade in 2032. Meanwhile, all of mine has hit a decade a year ago.
Yeah.
The most recent one.
Jesus.
Which is absolutely insane to me. Anywho, I just physically double, or I'm like really big years ahead of a lot of people, or even many months. So yeah. I just found that quite interesting. Knowing that I am a high-level quadriplegic, yet has had all this year's experience on top of me. Like, the most recent spinal cord injury I've got was in 2021. That's already 4 years old. So by the time the new year technically hits in September, I will be half a decade into my newest quadriplegic injury, which that doesn't feel real. I can't believe of the fact that I'm going to be half a decade next year into my most recent quadriplegic, and yeah, it's just crazy to me how I've lived half a decade.
My life is struggling to close my spike bottom.
I know. So, yeah.
Again, sorry, y'all.
Honestly, it would be really baffling to know that I am half a decade into my most recent.
I know.
Like, me and Matthew started dating in January 2019. So, the fact that I've almost been a quadriplegic for the amount of years we've been dating is absolutely crazy. I
know.
Because I became a quadriplegic 6 months into dating. We're 7 years in. And in 2029, we'll hit a decade. So, and like already, a lot of my things will become like I will be a decade as a quad, but only by 6 months. That's insane.
Yeah.
It's like out of our whole dating, I've only had 6 months free of not being a quad, but I was still paralyzed because
you were a paraplegic.
I was a paraplegic, so I technically have had spinal cord things all of our dating and before dating. But quadriplegic, it's just crazy how I took over half. Like I barely had 6 months, and that was it.
I know.
That's crazy. That's so long. Like, because I see my husband's dating. I'm like, how long have we been dating? I'm like, oh my God, we've been dating for like over 2,000 days, I think.
I know.
I think. At least 1,500 bare minimum.
Probably, I don't know.
Longer than my quadriplegic, obviously my newest one, and that's in the 1,400s. So I was like, that's insane to me how I've been a quad for that long. Like, I don't know, quad, like, para, I'm like, oh, okay. But, like, quad, it just hits different. I don't know why. And that's right. But my wife...
Oh, boy.
...is a quad.
We have, like, 10 minutes.
I know. My wife is a quad, but she is only 19 months in. And I'm shocked that she's already 19 months in. There's no way.
She does.
I know. Like, we were barely 1 year dating, and now we're almost 2 to 3.
Damn.
So that's actually insane.
I know.
Because we started dating in February 2023. She had a year left of being able-bodied, and in February 2024, she got injured, which was our 1 year dating anniversary. So we've been dating for 2 years now, almost 3. Oh my God!
Wow.
Next year, February. What the heck?
Anyway.
How is it 3 years?
Yeah. Anyway.
But she would have been a quadriplegic for way over 2 years by then.
Anyway, that's
which is insane.
Yep. Anyway,
that's like me and my Matthew's situation. Like, what?
Anyway,
go ahead.
No.
Proper outro.
I know. Anyway, no, I'm not done.
Oh.
I never said mine.
Oh, I said this subject particularly recommends me to me.
I know.
You can go. I didn't think you would be talking about it because I may.
No,
that for
I
me.
will.
Go ahead.
For your aspect.
I don't mind.
If people don't know, I became a paraplegic February 1st of 2018. So about 7 years and a half ago.
The same time as my brother.
Yeah. Basically, I got this injury from spinal stenosis, which I've been having since August of 2017. This injury, this condition makes me have quadriplegic and paraplegic symptoms from my neck down for 8 years now. And it gave me my first paraplegic L4, L5 complete spinal cord injury in 2018, and then leading on to 2024, where my quadriplegic spinal cord injury happened, C1, C2 complete, from also spinal stenosis because it done many years of damage on my spine. I had all the symptoms from my neck down, and I basically knew the injury was happening, sadly, and I've been injured for 13 months now. I've been having spinal stenosis paralysis symptoms for 8 years, and then I got my paraplegic injury in 2018 in February, and then in 2022 I got SMA, which affected my muscles even more. Great. And it put me in a quadriplegic-like state, so I became a full-on blown quadriplegic in 2022, which is 3 years ago. And then I got a spinal cord quadriplegic injury in 2024, and then nothing really happened in 2025, just spinal stenosis and living with my spinal cord injuries and SMA and ALS that doomed me a quadriplegic in 2022, so 3 years ago. So basically I have almost 8 years of experience as a paraplegic and over 3 years of experience as a quadriplegic, so very long time for both, but Dark's injuries surpassed all of mine, which is insane.
By months.
Yeah, by months, and I'm grateful that I didn't get injured super long ago.
You've been a quad for almost 13 months.
Yes. No, over 13 months now. It's October 2nd.
Yeah, 12. You became 12 months in September.
13 months is October 1st. You said almost 13 months.
Well, yeah, you're 13 months now.
Yes.
So it's been 13 months, and that is insane.
Yes.
I can't believe I'm 49.
Bob.
I knew it. Damn.
Get out. Anyway.
Yeah.
Anyway, oh my god. Anyway, thank you for watching this crazy field podcast with sleepwalking and anxiety and sets and just all
I
the
thought you said sex.
No, sets.
That does sound like it though.
I know it does. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this podcast.
And we'll see you next time.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.